Today we will be installing the Maxpeedingrods Universal Oil Cooler Kit on a 2016 Ford Fusion 1.5 liter turbo. These are all of the included items that come with the installation kit. Included in the kit is an oil cooler lines, hose clamps, a sandwich plate, banjo fittings for the sandwich plate, center adapters for the oil filter, sealing gaskets for the sandwich plate, a user manual, air guide side plates, air guide top cover and base plates, the mounting bracket for the oil cooler mounting bracket bolts, and the bolts for the air guide kit. The tools required for installing the oil cooler kit will be a 26mm wrench, a Phillips head screwdriver, a 1/4 inch ratchet, a 3/8 inch ratchet, a 1/2 inch ratchet, a 10mm deep socket, an 8mm deep socket, a 5.5mm shallow socket, a Phillips bit, a 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter, a 3/8 inch short extension, a 4mm Allen wrench, a 5mm Allen wrench, 10mm and 8mm double-ended offset wrenches, and a 27mm shallow socket. First, based on the vehicle, we'll predict the routing of the oil lines and the mounting position of the oil cooler. For this 2016 Ford Fusion, we decided to route the oil lines here, then mounting the oil cooler below the crash bar. At the beginning of the installation, we need to choose the correct oil filter center adapter. Check which ones fit best first. Next, we install the banjo fittings on the sandwich plate. The side with the groove on the sandwich plate is meant for the sealing gaskets. The flat side is for the oil filter. Now we will install the fittings onto the sandwich plate. This banjo fittings can achieve 360 rotation and ensure the oil filter sandwich plate can be positioned at an optimal angle. Next, we explain the two types of sandwich plates. The basic and advanced kits come with two different sandwich plates. This sandwich plate is larger in size, and the upper and lower fittings can be interchanged. These can be unscrewed directly, and this allows adjustment of your oil line positions. It can be installed facing forward. This sandwich plate has a small screw on the top, and this screw hole is used for installing sensors. For oil pressure and oil temperature sensors, you can unscrew them and install them directly. This is the appearance of our sandwich plate. Now we explain the advanced sandwich plate. The advanced sandwich plate has two bolt oil line ports that can be adjusted. Make sure the internal oil passages are aligned before installation. There are 4 locations for installing the sensors on this plate. 2 on the bolts and 2 on the side of the sandwich plate. Use a 5mm Allen wrench to remove the small screws inside, then install the sensors. When installing the sandwich plate, check that these 4 small screws are tightened, otherwise there is a risk of oil leakage. Next, we route the oil cooler line into the engine bay from this position. First, protect the fitting on the oil cooler line and then install it. Use an oil filter wrench to remove the stock oil filter. We first test thread on the adapter to make sure it fits properly. Select the adapter to install and then remove it. Because it's difficult to install oil lines and secure the sandwich plate fittings from above, we first align the position and then install oil line from below. Use a 26mm wrench to tighten the fitting bolts on the oil line. Install the sealing gaskets on the sandwich plate. And then install the oil filter center adapter on the sandwich plate. And then install the sandwich plate. Use a 27mm socket with a large ratchet, and then tighten the sandwich plate mounting bolts. And then install the stock oil filter onto our sandwich plate, and then use an oil filter wrench to slightly tighten the oil filter. Next, we will proceed with installing the oil cooler and air guide kit. To do that, we will first need to assemble the air guide kit so we can install the oil cooler inside of it. First, assemble the shorter side plates A1 and A2. And assemble the wider side plates A3 and A4. Once those are completely put together, assemble the side plates with the top cover and base plate. Now that the air guide kit is assembled, you can see our air guide kit has a sliding groove. This allows for vertical adjustment to fit different oil cooler heights. We install the air guide kit onto the oil cooler. We can now adjust the position of the air guide kit, depending on the left or right placement of the oil cooler as well. For example, here we can install it on the left side of the vehicle if installing on the right. Remove the air guide kit and flip it, and then reinstall it. This allows installation on the right side. For this vehicle, the installation is on the right side. Now we install the screws of the oil cooler base, and then we install the washers and nuts. The upper screws are mounted together with a bracket. So first we need to assemble the bracket. The bracket installation may vary depending on the vehicle. We assemble the bracket according to the vehicle's installation method. Next, we mount the bracket onto the oil cooler. Then we install the bolts, mounting the bracket to the oil cooler. Now that the assembly is roughly complete, we're going to prepare to tighten the screws. Use a Phillips bit and an 8mm wrench to tighten the bracket screws. Now use a Phillips bit and a 10mm wrench to tighten the air guide kit to the oil cooler screws. Now use a 5.5mm socket with a Phillips screwdriver to tighten the air guide kit screws. Once the assembly is complete, here's what the full display of the oil cooler looks like. Next, we proceed with the installation. We first need to fill the oil cooler with oil. So to do that, we need to remove the protective caps and then add oil, and then add the protective caps back so you don't spill the oil on accident. Now we drill to 4mm holes under the crash bar to mount the oil cooler. Install it using self-tapping screws. Next, we fill the lines with the appropriate oil. Now prepare to install the oil cooler. First, to do that, we need to install the oil lines. Now remove the protective caps and then install the lines. Now we can start the installation. Align the mounting holes and then insert the self-tapping screws. Use an 8mm socket to secure the oil cooler. Now use a 26mm wrench to tighten the oil line fittings. When securing the lines, pay attention to the positions and adjust to avoid interference. Find the correct position and then install the hose clamps. Ensure the lines do not interfere with the surrounding components. Tighten the clamps using a 4mm Allen wrench. After installation, start the engine and run for 10 minutes and check the lines that they do not interfere with the surrounding parts. Check that the line connections are not leaking and that the air guide kit can be trimmed for the sizes needed for the installation.